Oh, hi guys! Welcome to the oh so wonderful, fabulicious, orgasmatastic, amazingly fantastic. Welcome to the goddamn Guild War. Today we're going to be talking about Senya and her stupid Owu costume. But basically, so what are we looking at here first? So this is like a really, really large throwback to some really old shit. So hey, it's Apocalypse Ravi, Unbound Knight Arowell, and then also Choux. So, the one thing in which that I saw a lot of people in my own guild were doing, they were basically fighting a lot of this with injury, because guess what? That will absolutely fucking destroy this team, is injury. But guess what else you can do? You can go ahead and throw Senya at this, because straight up, they didn't have immunity on turn 1 for Choux. And Choux with no turn 1 immunity, well, you have to either make the assumption of you're going to be on a lot of fucking Ephras, or, you were just really, really confident that you had enough bulk on that bitch to really tank some spankings. And, well, whenever you have her provoked and she's going into Senya, she's going to be taking a lot of extra damage. And because of all the oh-so-wonderful reflex shenanigans that go in through Senya, Choux is pretty much already dead, and we've only been in here for about 10 turns. Now, after that, we're just going to straight up go into Unbound Knight Arowell until she eventually dies, because straight up, there's no other real form of sustain that's on the character. If she was on counterattack and she was getting counterattacks, that is a form of sustain, but you have two forms of additional damage going through. That's going to be Senya with all the wonderful stuff from Spear of a New Dawn, as well as Shadow Knight Pyllis on Rocket Punch. So, with those two out of the way, pretty much, now you're only left with one final wall to break through, and that's going to be Apocalypse Ravi. So, Apocalypse Ravi is just something that's going to be constantly going into Doris, and I do indeed make a very, very small mistake. Right here, I burn my S3 on Senya, something I absolutely do not need to do, because straight up, we're not going into multiple people, so we're not going to be spamming the skill. So we're just going to be going into one unit. The reason I say it's a mistake is because right here, I could soul burn this S2 right here on Doris. But I straight up wasn't even thinking about it for whatever reason. It was like around now that I really start to realize, oh shit, I should have actually burned that, because then I would have had more of an opportunity of just having longer amounts of death. Because whenever you soul burns Doris's S2, you gain 3 turns of health regen as well as 3 turns of death buff. And as long as you have death buff going into an Apocalypse Ravi and you don't have a means of injury, she is an amazing unit that can tank a lot of abuse from Apocalypse Ravi, even though Apocalypse Ravi is going to be injuring you. Still, look at how much damage this does. Still doesn't even reach, like, over into the 10Ks, and we have a lot of injury on us. So, like, yeah, the damage reduction that you're really going to be taking, whenever it comes to taking hits from Apocalypse Ravi, it's just not even going to be really a problem. And straight up, all this additional damage that's going into her, we're basically out-damaging the heal that she's constantly getting. And whenever I say that, yeah, it's really just a matter of time until you win. And we're not really wasting any form of time by it, because usually when we go into shit like this, we have, like, just Shadow Knight Pyllis going into this stuff. But now that we have, 2 damage dealers doing additional damage, yeah, it's easy peasy. Now, on to this next fight right here. So this was something that I saw somebody else do in my guild. Hey, surprise, surprise, Lucen's lazy as fuck, and he's just stealing all of his ideas from his guild because he's a fucking hack. Yeah, I admit it. But anyway, so this is Conqueror, Lilias, Savior Adin, and then Senya. So what's going to happen is Conqueror Lilias is going to go first. Moon Bunny's going to then react. Now we have immunity, and we also have skill null. This was a mistake right here going in with the S2 on Zahhak, because straight up, without the attack buff, I am pretty positive we would have killed. I was just thinking in the back of my mind, oh fuck, what if I actually do not kill? So, like, hey, small mistake on my end right there. But hey, right here, then, oh no, we have a provoke on Zahhak, whatever are we gonna do? But because we've already dealt with the Savior Adin, all we have left is Conqueror, Lilias, and Senya. This attack right here is going to do a fairly decent amount of damage. Then that's going to provoke, do a counterattack. This will then cause the counterattack from Lone Crested Bellona, doing more damage, and even if I were to miss right there, I straight up fucking kill her. So, with that being said, everything is hunky-dory. So, and because we now have a soul burn available to us, as well as vigor, as well as attack buff, don't give a fuck you have death buff on you there, bitch. You fucking dead. And that is round numero uno. Let's go into the fun shit now, shall we? So here was a team that I was looking at and was like, fuck me. How am I going to possibly like do a counter cleave to this particular situation? So then I decided, well, what if I just throw Aria in the back row? She's going to have the ER from Christy, and then we're just going to have Ocean Breeze Luluca here, who is pretty much going to be tanking the brunt of the damage. Why? We have two barriers. One's on Silvertide Christy, one is on Aria. So then the unit who's going to have the lowest HP is going to be Ocean Breeze Luluca. Now, because we were able to get our turn first, we have Death Buff here, which is good, because if we didn't have Death Buff, we would be fucking dead. However, we wouldn't have lost. Not yet, anyway. But either way, we've weathered the first of the storm. Now, you just let the Aria blender go and watch shit fucking die. So, counterattack number 1. Oh, it hit into stuff that has invincibility. Whatever. Counterattack number 2. Oh no, it missed Savior Adin. Okay, whatever. That's 2 attacks. Here comes the third. Can you withstand it? Oh no, it missed on Savior Adin yet again. Well, here comes another attack. Hey, looky there, it actually hit the Savior Adin. So, they have taken an absurd fucking hit from just counter shenanigans in general. And the only thing they even have left now is just Briar, which is Iseria. To which I then try to go for a provoke, because I really don't have any other options at this point. And hey, it's really just a matter of time until we win. Like, yeah, the worst thing that she can really do now is possibly get an S3 off, but I don't think she's even remotely close whenever it comes to the cooldown bar. And hey, she's fucking dead. Oh goody, now we get to talk about this shit. Okay, so let me go on ahead and I'll break this down real quick. So this is an Unbound Knight Arowell, a Angel of Light Angelica, and a Navy Captain Landy. I initially had the right idea. The one thing that I fucked up on is instead of bringing Destina, because I was just... something was mentally fucking with me of looking at the AOL and thinking, oh god, I need cleanse, I need cleanse, I need cleanse. No, I don't. That's what Laia's there for. Laia just cleanses on the first opportunity of it, and then we're good to go. Replace Destina with Rowana, this whole fucking team is free. Because there's no actual injury that's going into us. Now, the other things I could have done, because like to those of you who've watched this already, yeah, Navy Captain Landy pops off when we fucking die. Oh, yay, I spoiled it. Woo-hoo. But basically, the other big things I could have done, I could have fought this with Arunca, I could have fought this with auxiliary lots. I didn't see the opening speeds from the AOL, but I'm pretty sure my A-lots might have been faster. I could have done this with Mediator Calric. I could have done this shit with Shadow Knight Pyllis and Rowana. I could have done this shit with Martial Artist Ken. There is so many options that I could have gone into this because it is 1 DPS and 2 supports. You take out the 1 DPS, and you fucking can't lose at that point. But hey, I'm just a dumb, stupid retard, and Rowana, Big Mama Rowana is on screen just reminding me how stupid I am. But either way, let's go into another team that was very similar to what we fought before. So instead of Moon Bunny, now we're going to have Ahmed. So what we're going to be dealing with here is quite literally the same shit, except you don't know who's going to have attack buff. So in this particular situation, Briar Witch is the one who gets it first, and I don't get my turn here. So if the attack buff went on to Savior Adin, I mean, very, very possible that Ocean Breeze would be dead right here. So this either tells me I need to have either more bulk or I need to have some more speed. That's pretty much all it really tells me right there. But because we have weathered the first bit of that storm right there, Aria has not been touched, and we still have the ER benefits from Silvertide Christy. Now we have our death buff. Well, it looks like it's time for some motherfuckers to die. Because hey, 1 hit, 2 hit, now Savior Adin's dead, and here comes the other hit going in. This is going to straight up strip the immortality. Yay! So now, I could have taken this turn on Silvertide, I could have just straight up killed Briar Witch, but straight up, we still have, like, stealth. They have to hit me. So, hey, here comes another hit. Dead again. And now all you have left is just Ahmed. Ahmed, by herself, doing no fucking damage. The only thing that she's even remotely able to do is, if she was on Celestine, she would be able to heal even a little bit, but she's not able to do that, so who fucking cares? Just hit after hit after hit after hit. Good old Aria, man. Aria is a great fucking character if you actually have the gear to make her work, and I have considered maybe doing another build with her. I'll talk about it later. And now we're on to the final bit here. So usually anytime I see Zeos, I like to go in with Edward Elric, because I usually have him tuned to be my fastest unit. He's going to always go into whoever's the fastest on the CR bar. And then right here is where I made a few miscalculations. One, I completely forgot that I didn't have my Krau on Aureus, so straight up, I'm not doing any damage sharing whatsoever. And two, this attack does no fucking damage. I was at least expecting, oh, I'm going to take like half of my health. I was going to take 75% of my health. Fuck, I was going to fucking die. But no, of course not. Just the way in which like Blooming Lidica works is so goddamn frustrating. Because she either does absurd fucking retard damage because of the nature of which the debuffs work, because all of her damage is scaled off of how much faster she is than you, and that's why she's so goddamn inconsistent. Now, of course, the Blooming Lidica also hit my fucking red units, and of course, this was also fairly lucky in general. If you were to rewatch this entire match, you'll see my Ed gets lucky as shit in some of the early segments, because he should be dead already if things were to go this guy's plan in terms of like doing the Zeo cleave. He just didn't land enough debuffs, and then the Jacko wasn't able to properly go in on Ed. Now, the other thing that really is kind of stupid here is I could have brought a healer. I could have brought Mascot Hazel or some other form of healer just on instead of Kayron. I only brought Kayron as a means of, hey, you're there for insurance. But of course, he gets hit with like fucking debuff, like anti-buff. So then he doesn't gain the benefits of doing AoE attacks. And I decided, okay, I needed to go into Zeo ASAP, because if Zeo is left alive, Ed is just fucking dead. And Ed was my only means of doing damage to all the units. But hey, it all works out. We get through it. Easy peasy. So, what I was talking about before with the with everything else in the game. I don't know. Yeah, the Senya skin came out. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I'm going to go ahead and talk about myself for a minute here, and I am not the biggest fan of the Senya's skin. It's not the actual design of the skin that like I don't like about it. It's the fact of the character Senya. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And then also the fact that like they just decided, hey, she's just releasing her inner fursona, so she's into like being a furry wolf or whatever. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's E7WC shenanigans. Hey, it's what Marguerite wanted. Hey, it's what Marguerite gets. It's fine. But I really feel like this is a character that should have probably had a limited version where it's like, hey, a what-if scenario of what if Mort wasn't a fucker or something like that. But hey, that's just me. I'm stupid like that. The skin kind of rubs me the wrong way. It just doesn't feel like it matches. And then the other thing that I was talking about when it came to Aria, I am actually considering maybe swapping her build out and going for a no crit damage, tail, like whatever Fairy Tail Tenebria's artifact is, and going full fucking bulk and ER. I almost wonder how effective that would be, because the amount of damage that you should be doing on counterattack might actually be fucking scary. But either way, if you guys like this video, go on ahead and leave me a like. If you want to see more of my content, go on ahead and hit subscribe. Hope to see y'all again soon. Later.